If you're anything like me, you're making a transition from Mac OS to Windows 10. I'm doing this as a video editor. One of the biggest problems I ran into in the second part of my build with getting my PC up and running was creating a Windows bootable USB. Luckily, I found a very simple solution, so I'd like to share that with you today to save you some time and a massive headache.
I love you like la 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 la.
What's up guys, my name is George. I'm a photographer and videographer based in Leeds. On this channel I create content all around photography, videography and freelancing, so if you're interested in any of that, be sure to subscribe and welcome to the channel. In part one of my PC build, I showed you the overall physical build of the PC. Luckily it went okay. It took me about 3.5 hours to get it powered on, which was, for me, first time. I'm happy, that was good. As part 2 to this PC build, I would like to show you how I managed to create my Windows bootable USB via Mac OS. Through my research online and asking a few more tech-savvy friends, I found a couple of solutions. One of which was using Bootcamp Assistant, which from what I can tell in recent times isn't really working for people, as Bootcamp runs into an issue when it tries to create the installer on an MS-DOS formatted USB. Just in case you're unfamiliar with different hard drive formats, I'll give you a very quick rundown. We have one which is the Mac OS encrypted journal. This is purely for Mac use. If you plug it into a Windows device, it will not pop up as a registered device. Next we have MSDOS or MS-DOS. That is a Mac and Windows acceptable hard drive, but it has one quite big drawback. If you're a video editor like me, you cannot save files to it that are over 4 GB per singular file. You can use the max capacity of 16, 32, 64, 128 or 256 gig of the device, but you cannot save an individual file that is over 4 GB. So if you're doing anything with video, obviously that's out the window. And part of this Windows installer is actually over 4 GB. So that's why Bootcamp Assistant won't let you install onto the MS-DOS hard drive in the way that you should be able to. The last format, and the most useful for me as a video editor and also for this purpose, is exFAT. That is Windows and Mac acceptable, and it will also store files of any size. You can store whatever size files you like on there and it'll work between both systems. So that's the one you want to go with. To get your Windows installer set up, you need to go to Microsoft.com and download the installer. You'll have to go through, pick your language, pick whether you want 32-bit or 64-bit, and download it. Next, you need to format the USB drive that you're going to be using as your bootable Windows installer. So you need to go into your disk utility on your Mac, go onto it. Mine was set as MS-DOS. Even before I filmed this video, it was still set as MS-DOS because I managed to set up the installer on the hard drive using Terminal, Homebrew, and Wimlib to be able to get it all online. I'll be covering how to use an MS-DOS formatted hard drive using Homebrew and Wimlib in a future video, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that one when it comes out. While in disk utility, you need to go to your MS-DOS formatted hard drive and reformat as exFAT. Prior to formatting the hard drive, make sure you delete all of your important info off of the hard drive because you're not getting it back. Once you've got your hard drive formatted, you then need to copy over your Windows installer onto the hard drive itself. Within your downloads, you'll find your Windows installer as a .iso file. You then need to extract this and move it onto your exFAT formatted hard drive. From there, you can eject it, pop it into your new PC, and when you boot up your PC, it will load the Windows installer. You will see a fairly low-res Windows loading screen, and then from there, follow the necessary steps until Windows is online for your PC. I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you, and if you have any problems with this at any point during your installation, feel free to comment down below. While I'm not an expert, I have managed to solve this problem, so if I have any info for you, I'll be sure to share it and make sure you can get your Windows online. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, be sure to like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Till next time, I'm out.